What's up, everybody? This is yours truly, Mr. Steven, and welcome to the Steven Factor. Tonight, we're going to do this continuing series of racism in America. And my next guest, she is my friend, my buddy, my pal, wherever what you call it, but I always call her Kanye. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and the only Emily Whitfield. Good evening.
Storing my cat's tail because he walked across my desk.
Um, you have to say hi now, Emily. You're on.
Hi, I'm his friend that he calls Kanye.
Yeah, that's nice. Excuse me. I just passed gas. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Anyways, okay, before we move on, we're in a continuing of this series called Racism in America. Now, Emily, I know that before I start, I want I want to congratulate you that you registered to vote as become as a mountain party. Am I correct?
Yeah, Mountain. It's a West Virginia group. It's like specific to West Virginia.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Emily, now the election is just around the corner. I want to ask you some two questions. Do you um do you watch the presidential debate?
I didn't watch it live. I didn't actually like watch it. I believe I've seen parts of it here and there, but that's about it. I haven't like actually watched it.
Okay. And do you watch the vice presidential debate?
Nah, I never really cared about anything vice presidents.
All right. Let's move on to the other question. I want to give you your point of view. And Emily, I know you and I are having big trouble. What's going on in this world? The pandemic is still rising, and especially the racism combined, the protest, so many names that we were lost, our blacks, brothers, and sisters. How do you feel in this situation, and what we're going to do it about our change to this nation? What's your point of view?
Oh man, as far as how I feel about it, I've been really upset about it because I never would have thought things would have blown up like that this year as far as racism, not even just towards black people, but towards all the East Asian communities too. I've been really upset about that. Like, what in the world? Why did this have to happen now of all times? And as far as what we can do about it, I feel like not having a racist president like Trump would be a good first step, and also educating people on not being racist in the terms of like thinking all people of any group are the same way. I feel like educating people would really help as well.
That's good. I very agree on you on that. You know how I really don't understand that everything went smoothly, when Donald Trump became president, but right now, but since during his racial things, while he was running the campaign, it really perplexed me when he just said that in 2015 that they call Mexicans are drug addicts and they're rapists. And that's how the thing starts with this racism and the protesting. A year later, our nation's in jeopardy, and even people lose their jobs during this coronavirus pandemic.
Right. Oh man, yeah, it really has been quite a mess. It really has been. And then Trump really hasn't helped with anything at all, especially when people were protesting, Black Lives Matter. And then he wanted to call everybody thugs. And what else did he say? It was thugs and something else.
Wait a minute. Thugs, criminals, the gangs.
Yeah, something like that. And I just thought, man, that's just disgusting. People are wanting justice. They want something to be done. They're tired of everyone sleeping on what happens to non-white people in the states. They're just tired of, people sleeping on this. And if it wasn't for the protests, nothing at all would have been done for anybody, really, as far as George Floyd and I think some of the other people's cases were reopened as well.
Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, I think that, oh gosh, I can't remember the names of the people I'm thinking of, but there's that one woman, I think she was found dead in a hotel refrigerator freezer. I can't think of names. And that other
Oh
boy who was found
Lord.
dead in like a gym mat rolled up or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
like I can
remember.
see the videos and everything. I can't remember the names.
Yeah, I can't remember the names too. It could be like dozens of them. But I really don't know understand because some presidents don't write the new reform bill called End of the Racial Injustice, and that's the main issue. If the new president will have arrived and they will change it, this nation will be over. This racism will be
Right?
over. It's been over like 400 years.
Uh-uh.
Yes. But I remember a long time ago, it's about this night watcher named George Cinnamon accidentally killed a black boy named Trayvon Martin.
Uh-uh.
Now, he completely not guilty because he went to the female court in Florida, and now they've been starting protesting there. That was like almost like a decade, a 2.5 decades ago, in my opinion. Am I correct about
Uh-uh.
that?
Now, as far as the time frame on that, I'm not too sure. I really don't remember. Or even with, like, if I remember his last name and all correctly, Elijah McClain,
Yes.
because he was, I think he was anemic and he had to wear a ski mask
Hmm.
because of that. I think my cat needs put outside. Oh my gosh, hold on. This cat's actually.
Oh man, just give me 1 second, folks. All right, just get a little bit a minute, folks, before I do a little bit of switcheroo right there.
I don't know if you're able to hear it, but he kept meowing, so I just put him outside.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I know how you feel.
Oh boy.
So where you left off again, girl?
Oh yeah, Elijah McClain. Okay, yeah, he was anemic for a ski mask, and I don't remember exactly, but I think they even had the body cam footage of the officer, and he like pinned him to the ground, and didn't he die or something? I can't remember exactly. I remember it was like horrific, whatever happened to him. I should remember. I saw it not long ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sad because he was such a good man. I think it was an animal shelter that he would go to, and he would play his violin for like the cats, kittens, and just I guess the animals and whatnot. And he was such a good man. And to die all because he was a black man wearing a ski mask, all because he was anemic. I don't even think they really asked him questions about whatever, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know. I didn't look too deep into it because it was just really upsetting. It was just at the time there was just I kept hearing about so many different deaths and it was just upsetting. I didn't really look into all of them. Looking back I should have, but it was just all so upsetting. Keep hearing about all these people dying.
I remember. I know what you meant because when you're watching all the news, you see what's happening, and it really triggers you, or it triggers us. to see what's happening in the world.
Right. Because there was even one black woman this year. She got shot with rubber bullets in her stomach and then she miscarried. And it's like, man, I couldn't imagine that. Like, that just, whoa. It's like, I have chills right now. Like, I'm starting to get chills. It's just, wow. It's just that people, especially black people, have just been killed so much this year. It's just unbelievable.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you know what's even worse? The neo-Nazis are back for the first time out of nowhere. And somewhere in between Charlottesville. Am I correct?
I
And
don't remember exactly where it was. I don't know that.
yes. And when President Trump said they were very nice people by both sides. Can you believe the light?
Oh gosh, it doesn't even surprise me that came out of his mouth. See, this is why I can't watch Trump. I just can't stand to listen to that man. That's why I never bother with watching anything really. People always ask me, "Oh, did you watch this and that about Trump?" I'm like, "Nope, I can't stand him." Oh my
You see, well,
gosh.
you see what happened was, Emily. This is why um this guy don't have no political experience since day one. And I'm trying to tell people with that. I'm telling all the people about that this guy doesn't have no political experience. He wanted to be a president because he wants more fame. He wanted to become a president. He wants his because he wanted his attention.
Right.
Okay, he wanted to become a president because he'll become as the next celebrity. I mean, he already become as a television personality of the Apprentice, and now he's trying to run for the president in 2012, but he said he changed his mind. But 3 years later, he decided to make a decision, and look what happened. Our nation is effed up big time.
Oh yeah, it's a big old mess. It reminds me of people were saying, "Oh, you know, he's a businessman. He's done business. Surely he'll do fine." I'm like, "Yeah, that's
But
business,
his
not politics."
but his tax returns were went down a hill, according
Mm-hmm.
to the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
mean,
then he always worried about Hillary's emails. I think he was the one that kept worrying about Hillary's emails. I think, or something like that.
yeah, because he talked to Russia about it.
Right.
He tell Russia to check Hillary's emails. That's number one. And number two, it's been revealed that Trump campaign called Russia to cheat on Hillary's campaign so he could win.
Yeah, it's a big old mess.
But let me tell you something, everything went change. And the most important thing is the voting polls are 100% secure. They doing early votes and also the general election. So this is a bigger approach to the board of the elections committee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
Speaking of that, which day is it that they start the early votes? What day was that?
October 24th.
Oh, okay. I knew it was October. I forgot what day. Oops.
Yeah, I know, right? But what is going on right here in West Virginia? Or they have protests over there in the suburbs?
We have had protests, but nothing like Detroit, for example. We didn't have any fires or anything. People would stand out near the street with signs, and I know one person had like a tent and all set up. And I think there's even like some bank that people went to and whatnot. I can't remember exactly what all has went on in different parts of West Virginia, but yeah, there's been protests, but nothing too crazy as far as people trying to set fire to things or looting and whatnot. We haven't had any of that. I don't think there could have been, but I'm not too sure on this.
Hmm, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, saw crazy. How every state had a protest, and then there was even countries like, say, Japan and a few I forgot how many others that also did protests, all for Black Lives Matter.
From
Because, like,
Chicago to New York to California,
mm-hmm,
people decide to stand their own rights and stand up who definitely could believe in, and we need to change. That's the most important thing. There's no pussyfooting around right now.
right? And I remember there were even indigenous people who were out marching with drums as well, doing whatever singing, I think, as well.
Hmm. You know, in immigration, Donald Trump said they're going to erase all these gangs. Like, like for example, I mean, some people they arrest innocent people, and some of them are completely gangs at this time. So you had to be careful on this immigration there because it was very confuse us about this
Right?
situation. Yeah, and and even in immigration, people need to spend some time with their families. They then arrested so many kids and sent into the camp.
Right. And then, with, I believe it's ICE, if I got the right name, how there'll be like children in cages and whatnot. It's just ridiculous how they'll separate families like that and do all that horrible stuff. Like, I, I just couldn't imagine all of that, especially being a child.
Well, not going to happen because people need to spend some time with their families and they need to reverse it. That's all I can
Right.
say. That's really it. That's really I could say,
Right.
And I think that Donald Trump, what he did is it was a total mistake for him. He knew what is really going to happen, and as you know, he got self COVID, and
Yep.
now
That's what he gets for fooling around and not wearing a mask like he didn't want to for a long time.
his campaign is over for him. He doesn't want to do a round two with Joseph Biden, but Joseph Biden will go do a solo at the town hall meeting next week. But I don't know what's gonna be on round three. If Donald Trump is a no-show, or let Joseph Biden will do another solo. What's your opinion in your mind?
Honestly, I just start thinking, like I said, I didn't actually like watch the whole presidential debate, but it just seems like it's because of the way Trump kept wanting to attack him and fight with Biden and everything. It's just kind of surprising he wouldn't want to do a second one, considering him and his personality. That just seemed kind of odd. But with Biden doing a solo, it's like, okay, seems different. Wouldn't have really expected that from him, but I guess if that's what they want to do.
But what happened was, Emily, Donald Trump is nothing but a low life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's been interrupting with Joseph Biden during the chaotic first presidential debate, and he talked about I he bring a football bag and all kind of stuff, but it's not going to happen. The COVID still's there. It's not going away.
Right, and people's lives are way more important than football. Like, I get, the Super Bowl and all that. Yeah, it's nice, but just think about all the people that could get sick, all because of something as silly as football.
And I believe that Donald Trump will going to lose this year election because his campaign's going down the drain. His everything, his life is going down the drain and everything, man. Because right now we don't know what's going to happen next. That's all I can say.
Right. I just can't believe him. Part of me is really surprised he never got impeached either, considering the way he has been. Like, wow.
Yeah, because the Democrats wasted their time, and I think it's way too late for that. But but the tax returns we're going to bring to the Supreme Court, and hopefully Donald Trump will might go on a trial very, very soon. Yeah. So before we go and move any further, can you tell all the people from across America and around the world what are they going to do before they're going to vote?
Oh wait, who's going to do?
The
Oh, what
people.
they themselves are going to do.
Yes.
I guess the best thing to do is try to maybe sit down and think about what exactly you really do want to vote for. Really, I guess think about it, try to make the wisest decisions, really.
Hold on a second. So, anyways, tell all the people what you're going to do to vote.
What I'm going to do, I guess, as far as the presidential one, I already know who I want to vote for. But as far as like anything else, I guess locally, I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm not too sure on any of that. I probably would have to sit down and think about what all I would really want. You know what I mean?
All right. That's pretty good. Before we go, how's Chick-fil-A doing?
Oh gosh. Of course, they're making just as big of bank as ever, which is so surprising because they always talked about they're such a proud Christian business, which is not the wrong thing, because I'm Christian too. But then to be so homophobic, so incredibly phobic, and then somehow end up making more business, and then they promised us. Remember, they told us they would not give any more money to those organizations. Then for a while, they were not very open about who they're giving the money to. And I said, watch them do something. Watch them give to who knows what. And then it's been revealed, hey, they're giving to those terrible organizations again.
That's awful.
Yeah, it is awful. I just, like, how could you have that kind of hatred in your heart towards a group of people like that? You're a Christian, because the Bible, I mean, you can read it right now. First John chapter 4 verse 20, it even says, in there, that if you have hate in your heart, you don't know God, because that is not God.
You know what? I very agree with you want to say that. Some evangelists and some very business owners decide trying to take the money and run to buy some luxuries like cars, mansions, and even shopping. They really don't care about the people, or they definitely care about themselves.
Right. It's just really sad.
It really it is. It really really it is.
And it's like, I think some people did is try to start whatever to boycott Chick-fil-A, and I think, people were protesting about it, but somehow they got whatever publicity and they got more business, which blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
How can you sit here and think, oh, that's fine, especially, after everything, the LGBT people have went through to manage to begin to get rights. And not only that, but as recent as, Trump's presidency, I don't remember how many years ago it was, but he took away the ability for trans people to go to the military, which is sickening. No one should be denied to go into any part of the military or anything, all because of something like their gender, regardless of that's just not right.
Because some Christians really don't like homosexualities from LGBTQ. But like I said, God creates us about people who we really are. Okay? He didn't mad at us, but he loved us, and that's how God created us equal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where the saying came from, who said it first, but it's perfect. It is love the sinner, but hate the sin. Like, you can hate the sin all you want. Like, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense if you really want to hate sins, the sin itself, but love the sinner, love people, be loving.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to that person than just their sins that they may have committed. And, we're all sinners. So you can't just look at someone because they committed a certain sin and think, ooh, that's disgusting. And just act like that. Because really, we're all equally as bad.
And what about in the Hollywood industry? Like pornography and movies.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
They do it, and they tried it, and they liking it. I think it show us how they really feel about each other, from man and woman, man to man, women to women, from transgender. They do this for industry, but also they doing for this. But I'm very concerned about this industry. They need to protect themselves with condoms.
Right.
With condoms. Because a long time ago, they had sex with no condoms, and that's why they catch AIDS for that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing some of certain people didn't like anybody from the LGBT, all because they might have AIDS, and saying that they're the reason why AIDS exists, which is really a disgusting way to look at any group of people. That's just horrible.
Mm-hmm. It is horrible indeed, though. But the question is, when they definitely gonna learn. When they definitely gonna learn. I know that only election day starts 1 month away. We had to keep patience. Hopefully, we're definitely gonna move on, and hopefully that everything will be better soon.
Right.
Right. Any final thoughts before we go?
That's a good question, because I've just had so much on my mind. I guess another thing we also can't forget about is to take care of each other during this whole COVID mess. Because, I know a lot of people out there that may live out in the countryside and may not, really have much contact with people already, but, we just need to make sure that the ones that we know and love and care about, they're taken care of. We need to really make sure to take care of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Does Chick-fil-A make burgers too?
If you're talking about beef burgers, no, they don't. But some people call the chicken sandwiches chicken burgers as well. Why? I'm not too sure.
Because it's Chick-fil-A. It's all about the chickens.
Right.
Emily, thank you so much. I very appreciate it. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. You know what? Let's say goodbye together because I need some sleep. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Hey everyone, Mr. Steven here. Thank you so much for watching for the all new episode of The Steven Factor. If you learn more about my show, go to the YouTube channel and click subscribe. And also click the notification bell to see one of my latest videos. Todo para la familia.